All right, now I'm talking about the authentic people. Why would somebody want to hurt a holy or authentic person? Okay, because some people, they need to be hurt. God uses the. You see how God uses everything? He uses these hateful people because of their karma. He uses that to make balance with people who are maybe, too like spiritual foo-foos or something. Blah 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 blah, and then the person wants to hurt them, right? Because they're like being stupid. So God uses that. Of course, the people that are hurting them are also going to have to pay for that, but whatever. You can't understand this show. It's super complex. So we're talking about, though, on more realistic level, if you're being authentic, you're flowing in your heart. It's like Yogananda when he came to America, 50, 60 years ago. He had in his heart he wanted to help people. It was 100%. And he had a friend. We don't know what happened. He might have liked the white women, and there was a rumor that he did stuff with the man's wife, and that threw dark shade on Yogananda, and it really hurt him because the whole society was talking about how full of it he is, and he knew in his heart he wasn't. That was heavy. That was a heavy lesson for him to learn. So we're talking about that. If you're innocent, you're genuinely trying to help somebody, but yet they want to hurt you, and this happens on on all levels, but it can be on YouTube also. I've seen channels just fold because of the hateful comments they get. Here's the other thing, though. I told a girl this who was telling me about that. She was having a hard time, like with certain comments she'd get. I said, look, again, introspection. This is what we're going to look at Sunday. We're doing a satsang. I'm a proponent. I think you've already saw this video. I think I put it up about. I don't have if I have to box myself in and say what's the highest spiritual technique, it's introspection and reading the vibration of life force in the moment. Those two things. And then if you might want to pray, you might want to meditate, you might want to do self-inquiry. We don't know. But introspection is a huge tool because it reveals to us where we're stuck and don't know it. So I was telling her, when it comes to these comments, use it as the highest purpose. Also, use it as a God-sent thing and discern. Is there something there I need to look at? Are they revealing something? Is that why it's getting to me? Are they telling me I'm full of it? And then check, are you full of it? Is something trying to be, special when you talk, or you're trying to woo people, but really you don't have the vibration to back it up? This is solid introspection, man. This is the highest. It just feels good to even say it. Like, this is where it's at. So, yeah, you can get tested on, just life period is going to test you. But sometimes you have like super hateful people. They're looking for people who have a balance inside, or who are loving by nature. They want to hurt them in particular. Why? Why? Because they're super miserable. They're super miserable inside, and they get a hit. It's like they get a dopamine hit or a kick if they tear you down. Now, they don't know it. They're living in a very delusional state. Their mind, they believe their mind, whatever it tells them. I mean, you hear some of the stories people tell themselves and try to tell you, like, it's just totally delusional. But they believe it. They have to keep that act up. It's like their life's totally dominated by ego and mind. And they get their juice by hurting you. They're super spiritually, emotionally, mentally sick. Even though physically they could look like they're very healthy and have it together. There's different levels. You can be physically sick, emotionally sick, mentally sick, spiritually sick, meaning just super selfish, no unity, no nothing. So that's why they do it. I was talking to a brother doing a consult, and he reminded me of me exactly, especially when I was in the military. He said, man, look, this is heavy. If you don't believe me, it's cool, but I'm just telling you, it's like wherever I go, I don't want to go outside. Or if I go outside, I want to go at night where nobody's around. But even then, somebody will show up. It's like there's the cross currents are somehow manifesting some trying, challenging situation like all the time. People misread me, they misjudge me, try to hurt me. Maybe sometimes I deserve it, but not all the time. Like, what the hell's going on? That's how I felt in the military. I would manifest things, man, that you couldn't manifest. I was an enlightened heat magnet. That's what it was. I'd just walk into the room and they get stirred up. I would see persons like at work. The person would be talking to somebody. Oh, they look like they're enjoying. I come in. They don't even know it. Just something changes because frequency. Those of you that can relate to this, it's because this planet's not your home. I'm making a video soon. This body's not you. This planet's not your home. Your frequency's different, man. It's too different. You're very sensitive and aware, much more than the average person. My mentor told me that when I was 16. And it just, man, that like destroyed like mountains of like misunderstanding in my mind when he told me that. It's like all that shit collapsed. I needed to hear that. My soul attracted somebody to tell that to me. So, because I had the same questions, like, why? Like, what the hell's going on? I'm not even doing anything. Yeah, that's why. You're on a different frequency, and it's not compatible with this 3D human matrix. It's not compatible. And see, if you could do superficial formalities and pleasantries and play the whole people-pleasing game and act according to how somebody has a concept of you, if you can mold yourself into that concept. I remember this is, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, I did a website because I was selling my book back then, and a guy came to make the website, and I was with this girl, and she's the one that got him, and she was doing all these pleasantries and formalities, and afterwards I'm like, why'd you do all that? Like, it just sounds weird. She says, well, they like it. She knows how to play the game. But if you're like me, and if you're really like, you're on a different channel, you can't do it. I tried to when I didn't try too long because I saw it was just impossible. But yeah, growing up, a little bit in the teens, like I tried to like, okay, this is what they want. This will make them comfortable. Okay, I'm gonna try to like do that. Hello, whatever. But I realized what I keep sharing in videos, you can fake your talk and actions all you want. You can't fake the vibration though. My vibration was stronger than the act that I was trying to portray. And then that would trigger them subconsciously. And then they just react. They just, they'd be uncomfortable, and so they would want to dismiss me, or they would want to say something derogatory or slander me or, character assassinate me somehow. I'm like, what the hell's going on? That's what's going on. That's what's going on. They don't know it, they can't help it. And so then he asked, the guy I was talking to, he said, well, what do I do then, man? Like, you're saying this is what it is. I said, look, well, you can leave America if you want. He lived in San Diego. He called it, I liked his word. He said I don't remember, paradise poison or something, meaning it's fake. He lived in Encinitas. I mean, everybody's walking around with the character. They're playing their role, their theater role good, but underneath that, there's nothing solid. It's a mess. They'll probably could, get into some road rage over nothing. A lot of people are a walking time bomb. They don't know it. So I said, look, if you leave America, that might be better. I noticed that. I left America when I was 25, and I could never come back. I'd come back when I absolutely had to, but aside from that, I didn't want to come back because I didn't feel, when I go to third world countries, so to speak, for me, the third world's the first world. Everything's opposite because they're more, it flows more in a natural, they're more tuned to existence. They don't have all the technology. That gives people brain damage. It messes everything up. There's so much technology. You just lose yourself. So these developing countries, they don't have it so much. And so there's less mental illness. And people are just nicer, generally speaking. Especially if you're in a more village type area. I'm not talking about cities. Cities are pretty much the same anywhere you go. Doesn't matter. So I'm like, okay, you can do that. But higher than that, you have to realize that, look, this human show is going to be over before you know it. It's only because of the illusion of time, it's all spliced up into all these sequential moments that it looks like, wow, this is all there is. It's a long time. No. Look at this human school of life like it's training. It's training. You're having, look at Jesus. They misunderstood him. Could you misunderstand anybody worse than that? They tortured him and killed him, and he was just sharing love and truth. All right, so he bared it. You have to bear this. We all have our cross to bear. You have to bear this and understand this is temporary. You do your thing. You stay tuned inside. You let it be revealed what your expression is in life, and then you do that, and you forget about everything else. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter when this body dies. It doesn't matter if it stays alive. Doesn't matter. You make your concentration and focus on realizing who you are that doesn't die. And you also realize this is a very temporary thing that we're in. It's no different than high school. Those that finished high school, 4 years, it's like, where's it at now? But when you were in high school, that's all, it just seemed like forever. It's the same thing. This whole life is like that. So you do your time here, you use this life for the highest purpose, which is self-realization, and you let whatever you're supposed to be here to do express itself. And don't get in the way trying to figure out, okay, but what is it though? When's it gonna be revealed? Don't fall for that mind trap. It'll be revealed when it's revealed. That's what you do. You don't worry about being understood by people. Then paradoxically, remember, you get what you want when you stop wanting it. When you stop looking for people to understand you, simply because you realize they can't. That's what happens. Real knowledge sets you free. You just realize they can't. And so then they misunderstand you. The mind, when it doesn't understand something, it misunderstands because the ego can't let the average person say, I don't know. And it can't read vibration. So if you don't fit into their little conceptual box that they have for everybody, if you don't fit into that, it's like short circuits their CPU. And so then they either dismiss you or they try to treat you bad. That's what happens. All right, hope you got something from that. Leave me any comments you have. We have a satsang on Sunday. Everybody's welcome. I'll see you.